All right, welcome to the Astrology Study Group weekly transits. So here is the transits for, here's today, the 23rd, and we'll look about a week out and try to give a little bit of a looky-see at what we should be paying attention to. I'd like to look at monthly, and I get a lot of updates from different astrologers and different things, and it's confusing to look at a whole month. Plus, by the time I start and stop, in the beginning and the end, it's just too much. So I like to break it down kind of week by week. And even so, sometimes it's like, oh crap, I forgot that was happening. So biggest things, what's going on now, we just had the sun move into the next sign. It's moved into, it's up here on the top so you can see it. It's moved into Virgo. And a couple days ago, we just had Mars moving into Gemini. And it's in a couple of days, they'll be exact, but you can just say that they're square. Now, how do we do that real quick in your head? You have to know of the quality. So just try to remember the quality. And if it's the same quality, like cardinal, fixed, or mutable, it will be square or opposition. So, if you're looking at these here and I'm thinking in my head, all right, it's just moved into a mutable, the sun just moved into a mutable sign. And Mars just moved into a mutable sign. And I go, oh, mutable, square, because they're here. It's just one's a 2-degree orb, one's at 0. Sun just moved there. Let me animate this. And then just let me make sure. All right, just make sure you got that. Okay, so I'm going to go, let's go by a day. I don't want to go by a month. Okay, days. So, okay, so today we have that happening. It just moved in there. And then we had, if you look down in the bottom, you'll see Uranus down here. And this is what I was wanting to show you when I did the last video about the symbols. There's the circle on the bottom, and then there's the cross, and then there's both of the moons, or the half moons on either side of it. All right. So that is, you can see it's stationing. Look at the little S over here. It is stationing. It has been getting stationed. It has been pretty much stationed in space. It's been getting slower. And now it's stationed. So when is it? A couple days? When did I have it note? The 24th. Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. And it's interesting. It's stationing near the fixed star Rookbok, which is kind of interesting. But one thing I wanted to mention about Uranus before I move off to other things, when it's stationing, and it's stationed and slowing down in space, and especially in Taurus, there's a propensity, and there has been, for a lot of creative inventions. So while there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on, we can also look for technology and the breakthrough of a lot of things. There's a lot of things looking grim, but in the back burner, I think a lot of things will be coming out. And whenever Uranus is stationed, that electric energy can be captured a little bit. It's not just fleeting like it is when it's moving, when it's moving faster or slower, forward or backward, but it's stationary. So that means its power is more intense. Instead of somebody walking by you, they're standing right next to you. So expect that. And then on a personal level, it's more breakthroughs. Maybe breakthroughs in, Taurian things, in values, in earthy things, in energy, in, utilizing the earth, in, you just got to kind of, you make a list of Taurus things, make a list of Uranus things, and you can kind of get the idea of what might be coming through. All right. That is cool, I think. All right, I'm looking around. Oh yeah. Well, just so happens, the moon is moving fast, but it's just interesting. 21 right now. Okay, but let's look ahead. 24th. So Wednesday. And there, see, it's almost Uranus. It's almost retrograde. I bet you if I go, let's see, it's in late in the day. There it goes. See, look at it's not, it's like right at the end of the day now. It's like the 25th. It's probably late at night there. Um, it's gone retrograde. It's gone. It's gone retrograde. So it means it's stationing like right now. It's still, it's very still. Let me just go by hours. It's kind of fun when I can do that. You know, it's 4. So tomorrow, let's go. Let's find out when it actually gets. So we're at 6:30 or 6:15. It's a getting closer. Oh, it's already the next day. Okay. It's already, it's on the 25th, I think. Yep. It's still, I want to see when up there it went. Station. Okay, so it's at, let's see, 9:15. And there it went retrograde. Okay, it was station, or so like almost 11, 10:15 in the morning on the like Thursday morning. And this is Eastern time. It's just kind of fun to roll that around. But anyway, it's then now starting to go retrograde. So what do we got here? The outer planets. Pluto is, Saturn is, Neptune is down here. Let me make that here. Okay, so we have a retrograde 1, and then retrograde 2, retrograde 3, Jupiter 4, and this, the Uranus has made it 5. So we got all the outer planets retrograde. So Uranus might be interesting to take the pedal off of that energy for a bit. But anyway, that is happening. And then we also should note, where's Venus now? Okay, so Venus is coming into a square with Uranus. Here, look at Venus is now at 16 degrees. Just got to keep these little degrees in your mind. So it's a fixed sign, you go fixed, and they go, oh yeah, fixed. So when does Venus hit that? Probably the 20, oops, let's go by days now. Okay, so it's around noon. Okay, that'll be around noon. So here's the 26th. Oh, look, there it is. Boy, that was flying in one day. Okay, so here we go. Look at Venus is making a square to Uranus. That's interesting. On Friday. So unexpected tangles with values, unexpected, I'm thinking the square energy, structuring, what could we say? What else? Venus could be anything to do. Well, Venus in Leo too. So we have more of something affecting your heart, or more of something you might want to speak out about, or speak out, or something might come up where there's that that energy, that it's like, it reminds me of like Mama Bear. It's like, don't you touch my baby, I'm gonna whoop you. And then you do, whoop, out of the blue, bam, smack, with Uranus there. Some kind of, that values from the heart, and then it's coming up quick with the Uranus there. So just imagine what the world, the values from the heart, and seeing the truth all of a sudden. Maybe Fauci just resigned, which I think they're just throwing him under the bus, giving people something. But there's some sudden value changes. Somebody is getting affected. And then with the moon, on this day, the moon is going over that as well. So the moon, if I went back an hour, so the moon was just over that. There we go. Go back a few hours. There we go. Almost lined up. There we go. What time was it? Okay, so 8 at night there. 8 p.m. Look at the moon and Venus right there in Leo. And then, that was right before. So they're getting together. So moon and Venus, that's kind of interesting in a fire sign. So that's like emotions, on your values. It's like, what did you say? Bye-bye, mama. It's getting fired up about something. And then, after they're together here, then they make that that square over to Uranus. So it'll be interesting. Watch Thursday, on that seems to be one of the most heated things, and watch yourself getting into being pulled into heated battles, maybe co-opted into heated things. So kind of take a step back and breathe, watch that energy maybe before, because it seems like a tendency to maybe pull us into stuff we may be sorry that we said or did something. So just take a little watch, as we get near the end of the week. All right, let me flip this back on days. The days of wine and roses. No, we won't sing. Okay, we're at 26th. We're at Friday. Yeah, so here's that aspect with Venus and Uranus right there. And then now note also, see, things are crazy. And look at Mercury just changed signs too. It's like, oh, I'm going to change signs. So it goes into relationships, it goes into others. So now this kind of, maybe it's like it's it's going to communicate more about Libran things. So now things are like, again, I said don't talk about my mama. Don't do this, don't do this. So that's interesting. That adds to the ambiance here. But we're also building, now we're noticing Venus is it's like 18 degrees. Well, we're gonna build to this opposition over to Saturn. So looky here, it's like, again, you're watching, we got these planets, these guys are sitting there, 20 degrees, 24, and then 26, these outer ones. So we did that, we had the 18. So the next one that's happened is 20. And let's go ahead, Venus 19, and it went by fast. What's happening? Whoa, it's just going by fast there. Well, anyway, I'll leave it there. So 19, it's going fast, which is good. What day is this? The 27th, Saturday. Here we go. Venus is now opposing Saturn. Ooh. So we went from Venus now from squaring Uranus, okay, to now opposing Saturn. So this is going to be quite an interesting next few days. So now we've got a power struggle. We've got a value issue, and we've got maybe parameters set in place we don't like or against something. Maybe there was some squawk, with the square, and then you get the opposition happening here. Okay, and then Venus 21, it goes there, and then we're going to see let's get it to, we're going into next week, but that's okay. I just want you to see the little trek of Venus. So now we've got an inconjunct. Venus has got, was opposing, here. So the next sign, the either way of it, it's going to inconjunct Neptune, and then it's going to inconjunct Pluto, because those are on either side, right, of the opposition. So Venus has got a little track of being uncomfortable. She's got a square Uranus. So as I said, now I got to have so if Venus is little nice Venus cruising through, and in Leo, she's good thing she can roar here, because she's got to have the square with Uranus. So something's got to scare her coming out of the blue, upset her, trying to upset something. And then she makes it past that. And then she opposes Saturn. She's got to put down, maybe draw the line in the sand. Maybe that's a good way to put it. So when your values, Venus, gets the opposing Saturn, maybe you got to put some lines down, or make some like, hey, this is my line, don't cross it. And then when it inconjuncts Neptune, somebody might go, well, I don't know, I didn't understand what you said. And you go, pop. It's like, look, I said, don't step on my foot. And if you do, I'm going to smack you. It's like, you got to give a consequence. So I think that, it has a tendency then when it makes this inconjunct, it's like, it's going to try to worm its way out of it. It's an inconjunct tend to not see each other. So it's going to be, Neptune is going to be like, although they're both the great benefics, but they're not seeing eye to eye. So I don't think Neptune is helping Venus out here with this. And then a couple days later, even the next day on September 1st, we end the month with that. Then we start the new month with Venus making an inconjunct over to Pluto. So it kind of sets the tone, a couple things. I just say, while we're ending this time, I'd say just kind of wrap up as much as you can. Really don't get into a lot of conflicts, because these type of things are they're they're going to suck you in. You're going to be sorry you did, because we got nebulous stuff. We've got, several harsh things happening in a row. And there's so many things that affect all of our values. And when you're in battle, you don't really remember that you're in battle until later. And you come back like, why the crap did I do and say that? I should have thought or didn't. So forewarned is forearmed here, and going into the battle of this. So values are going to be crossed, your Venus, and you're going to have to speak from the heart. And I think all of us are going to have to draw some boundaries, draw some lines, and then have some consequences and be able to carry through with your consequences. Don't say to not do something and not give a consequence, or worse yet, give a consequence and then not follow through. So really get to come up and say, okay, is this worth fighting for? Whatever it is this worth it? And I think that's what's going to be the thought of the week, more or less. Okay, so what else did I think? Those are the big ones. And then again, get settled in for Mars being in communicative Gemini. Now that, Mars, just wanted to say a couple things about that. Where is it now? Down here. Okay, so Mars is in communicative Gemini, and it will put more energy into communications, but it can be also aggressive. It's like, listen to this, hear me now. It's like, well, honey, I'm just waking up. No, you got to read this now. So it can be a little edgy like that. So take it with a grain of salt. We got it for a long time. Whenever anything is like that, we've got this, it's going to go a lot. We'll have to look and see how far it goes through before it goes retrograde. But although we'll look at that next week. And then we'll have our new moon coming in. But anyway, get ready for that. Communications, aggressive communications, pushy communications. So watch that in yourself. Also your speech, it could also tend toward aggressive speech in the way you speak to somebody. Instead of going, excuse me, would you move, please? You'd be like, excuse me, move over. So just kind of watch that within yourself a little bit on the, how you say things as well, because that can make for that aggressiveness. And then you start the whole pissing people off thing. So it's easy to do with that. All right. I think I've summed up this next little while. So keep your astrology hat on and weather the week. All right. Have a good week, and see you next time. Bye now.